Hello everyone, welcome back to another Oh Hey Jelly vlog. In case you are new to this channel, my name is Jelly. I'm just an average girl with average fitness, but with a big appetite for new adventures and experiences. Perhaps this is the reason why I decided to climb my second mountain in 2023, Mount Gede, after having conquered Mount Kinabalu in March. This is part 2 of the Mount Gede vlog. If you missed part 1 of the vlog, link to the video can be found in the description box below.
It's our breakfast. Chocolate bun, hot water, and a very alive Elvina.
Alive? 你的头 I'm so tired. 这个 bed 不可以睡的。
It's our morning summit hike. So Elvina, how do you feel?
Can't see anything. Tired face.
We woke up at 3 AM in the morning for a quick breakfast in our tents. At 3:30 AM, we were ready with our packed bags and started off to make our summit bid. It was a cold and quiet morning. We hiked up mostly in silence, I suppose because it was very early and we weren't feeling very chatty. The trekking distance from base camp to the summit of Mount Gede is 2 kilometers, with an altitude gain of 208 meters.
You're supposed to touch this.
Yeah, I need to touch this. Darn it.
We were the first few groups to arrive at the summit at daybreak. Since we had most of the summit view to ourselves, it was quite a spectacular sight, apart from the strong winds which made it all the more challenging to take videos on our cameras.
We are here at the summit with the flag. We did it! Yay! And the sunrise.
I said, hey, do you feel the way that I do? I said, hey,
This is the summit area now. Pengrango is there, but we can't see it now because it's windy.
That's Mount Pengrango behind us. Hey guys!
Hello. Majula Singapura.
快点唱国歌，小雷。
It's coming back out for a while. Yeah, our fingers 很冷。Oh. Oh. That's Mount Pengrango for you.
Come follow me. Come follow me.
Same lah. We can smell sulfur in the air. This is our breakfast on the summit. And they're cooking there. The chefs.
Chicken potato sauce miso sauce.
I thought got Indomie.
No. This was spare food. If something happened, hopefully we not use that.
We have chicken, potatoes, long beans with rosemary and some sort of paste. Nice. We are going off. The crater is still emitting. It's not so dormant after all.
I said, hey, do you feel the way that I do? I said, hey, do you feel the way?
There's Pengrango behind.
Do you feel the way that
Pre-descent interview. A point 10.
7.
7, okay.
Then,
Yeah.
still pretty good. Still 9.
9.
4.6.
You had chicken!
That doesn't work.
I'm a 7 now, but I think it will drop very fast later.
Gary, are you ready?
Me?
Going down.
We descended from Mount Gede via Cibodas route, which is a longer route, about 10 kilometers of hiking. However, this route is quite popular amongst locals because of the variety of attractions along the way. A blue Biro lake, a 50 meters high waterfall, as well as hot springs which can soak in.
We are now descending by the Cibodas route. We just came down a very rocky path, but this path has a lot more stones like you see below. Got to be a lot more careful because it's more slippery here.
I did not take many videos on the way down because I was suffering quite a bit. Climbing down mountains has always been my weakness due to an old knee ligament injury obtained when I was playing competitive sports in school.
8:42. Flatter ground. Better on the knees. And we have about 8+ more km to go. She's already suffering from some knee pain, but we will get there.
So, the climb down was extremely slow and painful. I'm glad for every stop we made, although after the first few hours, I decided that it's better to just trudge all the way down instead of resting at the pit stops. Each rest stop made starting out again even harder psychologically.
It's a hot spring.
How are you feeling? How are you feeling? How are you feeling?
Very tired.
Do you feel the way that I do?
How will y'all rate this hot spa experience?
Not hot enough. But shock. Quick, good, relaxing. Free.
Oh yeah, it's free. Very nice, whatever you think.
After this, sleep-free area.
Oh, no.
More focus.
Okay.
Crossing a stone water path. The water is 60 degrees. South. Almost.
We're only here still all the way down. We crossed the hot spring just now. It's 60 degrees temperature. Very nice waiting to use the toilet. The green hut.
We had our last prepared lunch towards the last stretch of the descent before arriving back at the foot of the mountain, boarded our minivan and started our 5-hour Jakarta traffic jam back to the hotel.
Hello everyone, now that we have come back from our summit climb of Mount Gede, we thought that we'll do a very quick Q&A about how our Mount Gede climb went as well as what you should take note of before going on a hiking trip to Mount Gede. Let me get Mr. P here first to kick off the Q&A.
Wait,
Can see your shot.
Hi everyone, welcome to another Oh Hey Jelly vlog.
Don't need already, that one was at the start. Are we going to the first question?
Sure, question number 1. Why Mount Gede Pangrango? So after climbing Kinabalu, we were looking for a less challenging hike. Of course, there's no easy mountains. And we were looking out for one that is close to Jakarta city. From Google Maps, one thing led to another. We found Mount Gede, Mount Pangrango. And Mount Pangrango having my surname in its namesake as well. We found out that you could hike and you could do a 2-day, 1-night camping overnight, which is what we did.
I think the key to me was that I've not hiked and camped overnight since, I don't know, 10 over years ago when I was still in school studying. So I think this was one experience that I wanted to go through again now that I'm older. I wouldn't say Kinabalu was a hike and camp because it wasn't really technically a camp. We had proper lodging and buildings to stay in, proper beds to sleep in and things like that. So when you talk about camping, it's literally tents and sleeping on the ground and sleeping bags, subject to the weather elements. And yeah, I think that was the reason why I was game to try out this new mountain, even though it's a mountain that most people have not heard of. It is quite tall, right? How high is Mount Gede?
It's actually 3,000 meters, closing in 2,958 meters to be exact. And surprisingly, information on this mountain was quite minimal online, and we couldn't find a lot of YouTube videos in English about this place, which is why we eventually did our vlog. On to the next question. Do we need any kind of training beforehand, and is Diamox required for this hike?
Personally, I would not encourage you to not train before going for the climb because any hiking requires a minimum amount of training. But because we were so busy working, I think I only did a few reps of stair climbing. Building that we are staying in is 40 floors in total. After I returned home from work, I will just change into exercise attire and just do 2 or 3 reps up and down the whole building, like first floor to 40th story and then 40th back to first and then go back up to 40th. I did about 4 times of that only. I did not do any cardio, did not do any running or weightlifting or whatsoever. So on hindsight, it's probably less preparation compared to Kinabalu. I definitely trained more for Kinabalu. Yeah.
Or maybe you're just stronger after Kinabalu.
I don't want to say that.
I say that for you. It's okay.
So did you even train? You didn't train, right?
No, I didn't train. I saw this as like a slow climb, and I knew that we would not be carrying a lot of luggage as compared to Kinabalu. Still, we carried a bit, but not as much.
I feel like the resistance and stair climbing is important because Mount Gede has a lot of inclined slopes. It's not stairs per se, like in Kinabalu you have a lot of steps. But in Gede it's raw terrain, so there are rocks, there are slopes,
Soil, tree, roots.
tree roots, yeah, things like that. So you really have to just...
Yeah, especially between pause 3 to pause 5 of the pull tree route. That stretch, the incline was very steep. Every step was almost like a double staircase step for close to 1.5 hours of climb, thereabouts, yeah.
And it's at altitude also. Please do train for every hike that you do.
So do you need to take Diamox for this?
Took one dose the night before and then I didn't take thereafter. I did experience a bit of altitude sickness in the sense that I had headaches. When I was at the summit, I started having quite a bit of a headache and then I just popped Panadol and tried to sleep it off. How about you? Do you have any symptoms?
No symptoms whatsoever. I slept very soundly.
The moment he reached base camp, he just slept.
Okay, so on to the third question. What is your experience between using one trekking pole versus using 2 trekking poles?
I would say go for 2. If you can afford to bring 2 trekking poles, just use 2 because there is quite a bit of difference. You just imagine instead of 2 legs, you have 1 leg. Because of the weight you're carrying, including your body weight, if you have only 1 stick, you tend to put more of that weight onto that 1 stick, especially when you're going down, versus when you have 2 sticks. You evenly distribute out the weight. It's lesser impact and less pain on your knees when you go down.
And then just one more thing to note, when we were at the airport, security checks, our trekking poles were actually checked, and unfortunately it got confiscated because it was deemed to be a weapon and we didn't have check-in luggage. We found that this problem actually happened to quite a few hikers, but not everyone seemed to have gotten their items confiscated. Maybe we're just one of the unfortunate ones. If you have trekking poles, please put it into your check-in luggage.
If you have check-in luggage, if you're backpacking like us, then
Good luck.
good luck, or just be ready to part with your hiking poles. Next question.
What are our post thoughts after having experienced camping at Gede?
Number 1, I think I've learned a lot from Kinabalu. Whatever that I did not bring for Kinabalu, I brought for camping because when you are camping out in the elements, you would, number 1, feel colder. Number 2, there'll be rain, so you have to waterproof your clothing and things like that. I brought my insulated layer, which I did not bring for Kinabalu because I thought it wouldn't be so cold. But I was thankful that I brought it for Gede. I also had waterproof pants. That was helpful when it was raining. It also helped keep me warm to a certain extent. And number 3, because there are no proper amenities, so I think you have to be prepared to bring along things to keep you refreshed and hygienic. Wet tissues that were not cooling in nature. So that was one thing that I brought to Kinabalu, which was stupid, and I did not bring for Gede this time round.
I wouldn't say it's stupid lah.
It's stupid. It's like you are cold and then you add on a cooling wet tissue to feel even colder. But this one I brought the normal camping one. You use wet tissues which are biodegradable because you are camping, and if you are going to throw them into the soil after you are done with your business, make sure they are biodegradable. If not, you have to bring along your plastic bags, throw them in the plastic bags and bring them down with you as you are climbing. I also brought camping lights, which also double up as insect repellent.
A few things for me is that number 1, when you're camping, it's pitch dark outside, especially if you need to do your business or you just need to want to go out and explore. Don't just rely on your headlamp. If it's possible, just bring along a small mini portable camp lamp that you can put inside your tent, as what Jelly has mentioned. Climb Indonesia provided us with quite luxurious tent, and the tent actually had an inner compartment where we slept and also an external compartment like a grassy area where we could leave our shoes and also have our dining table because it rained while we were having our dinner. Eventually ended up inside the tent, the external area to have our dinner. It's a cramped space, but at least we were protected from the elements.
Last question.
Second last.
Okay, next question.
what was our route up and down. So when I was in the planning stage, we were told that the route that was only open was Putri route. So we were supposed to go up and down the same route. But fortunately for us, when we reached there, Cibodas route, the second route, was actually opened. As you can see in the earlier video, Jelly has shared a little bit about the differences between Putri route, our going up route, and Cibodas route, our route coming down. The differences mainly lies in some of the sights and the distance, and both routes have their own unique experiences in terms of the climb.
Somehow I felt like Cibodas route was longer, it was never ending. I thought I wouldn't make it down at all.
Will we recommend this hike to others?
I would say yes, if you're looking for something that's not as torturous as Kinabalu. I think most people feel that Kinabalu hike is quite challenging. Mount Gede is less challenging. Speaking from a non-pro hiker experience, I would say that Gede was definitely more relaxing compared to Kinabalu. Even though we had to sleep outdoors and things like that, but I had more fun and it was more enjoyable. Probably 50% of this whole experience was good because of Climb Indonesia, the equipment that they provided. For example, the sleeping bags kept us quite warm. I was quite impressed with the sleeping bags. It really kept us quite warm. Yeah, the food was good. We didn't have to worry about the food. We could go at a pace that we wanted and there weren't any cut-off timings. For Kinabalu, you have to meet certain cut-off timings at certain pit stops. For Gede, there isn't a specific cut-off timing. It was quite doable.
And when we reached the campsite, we still had a lot of time to rest. And here's a shout out to our guide Sam and of course our Michelin star chef who were able to keep our morale high with very well cooked food. They made sure that we had our protein, our fiber and our carbs to keep us going, and it was quite incredible.
Highly recommend.
I would definitely recommend this hike as a short hike, just get away from the city for a while. The summit view, both the Edelweiss Meadow as well as the summit itself. On a clear blue sky day, you will be able to see Pangrango very easily from the summit of Mount Gede. It was slightly foggy when we reached, but the skies eventually cleared up. Another thing that we thought was that this hike, strangely, was very popular with local citizens but doesn't seem to be on the international hiking map. Information was really very limited when we were trying to research for this place.
It's like a short holiday destination for the local. That's why it's so well developed in that sense.
One thing that bothered us quite a bit was of course the Jakarta traffic. So be ready for it and make sure that you have some entertainment.
Just sleep.
On the way back. It took us about 5 hours to get back.
We've come to the end of today's video. If you have any other questions that you'd like to ask either Mr. P or myself, you can drop them in the comment section down below. As always, thank you for watching our videos. Remember to like, share and subscribe.
Happy New Year everyone!
Oh yeah, and our Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Okay.
We
I said, hey.